engagement party, and I am collaborating with Vow to Be Chic. So make sure you follow me on my Instagram, but also follow on people's Instagram because we are taking over.
I know. I've been like,
Have this engagement party and then collaborate with him and work with Rachel.
no, he definitely
The process that comes together from mood for the entire weekend. All your dreams can come true when you vow to be chic.
Bam! Boom!
Hey you guys, I just want to let you know really quickly why I'm collaborating with Vow to Be Chic. They are a new female-run company where you can rent designer bridesmaid dresses. Who knew you could do that? Now it's cool to always be a bridesmaid and a bride.
Hey guys, before we get into the episode, I do want to say it's going to be a laid back one because the other one I did yesterday was over 30 minutes long. So this one is going to be laid back, me just talking about things that Rachel have announced. You know, she's working on another secret project right here, and also the Tom Joyner Morning Show interview. The link is going to be in the description below if you missed that interview and listen to it. At this point, you know, if you've heard one of Rachel's and Brian's interview, you've almost heard it all. Because when you are repeating the truth never changes. When you are repeating a lie, you have to remember your lie, and sometimes your stories, it might not add up, but they are so in love, comfortable, honest with each other that their stories are never going to change. So the interviews are repeating, the interview actually is repeating some of the same things they've said in other interviews, but the reason why the interviews are interesting and different is because it all depends on the interviewer, the mood and all of that. So I did speak on it a little bit because some of you asked me to. Also, if some of the transitions are not as smooth, it's because when it sounded like I was being repetitive, I just went ahead and cut myself out and stopped it and moved on to the next point. So this is going to be a very laid back, episode, like I said, because the last one was, all that and some. So go ahead and get into the video, and thank you all for your support. Leave this video a thumbs up, make sure you subscribe if you're not, and turn on your notifications so when I do post you are aware that I post. Thank you so much for the love and the support. I appreciate every single one of you. Let's get into the commentary. What's up, my Vina loves? It's Miss Vina D coming to you all from Vina Team News. This is the perfect place to use the term clickbait, like this person wrote, because Rachel tweeted earlier that she said, got a super exciting announcement coming this afternoon, hint hint, and the emoji that she used was, a bride and a groom. Stay tuned. So of course, now shows like The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, and just reality shows that's around people finding love, it helps people escape. It places them in this fantasy mindset. Although sometimes the relationships don't work out, people become obsessed, invested, and all of those things. So you have the people who, of course, the hate, and the haters. And then you have the supporters who just want to see these two win, okay? Brian and Rachel, they want to see them win and do well in life, which is a great thing. So when she sent that tweet, Bachelor Nation just went crazy. She broke the internet as it relates to, R&B fans, Rachel, all of that, okay? So everyone was anticipating a wedding, date or a wedding announcement and all of that. So then Rachel comes and she announced, the collaboration of her new dresses. Now, the designer already posted about this, so for me this wasn't a surprise. Like hours ago, before Rachel made that tweet, I saw the designer page, and I read about it. So at that point I wasn't sure if it was going to be Rachel dresses or if it was going to be a special designer, whatever the case might be. I couldn't figure it out, but I kind of read about it. So when she announced it, I was like, oh, okay, great, congratulations. I'm very happy for her. She's making moves. She posted these amazing images, because yesterday when I posted a blog and I posted a video, it was all about the LA engagement party and all of that. I had Insta story images. I did not have professional images, so it's amazing to see these gorgeous images of her. She captioned her post, "Can't believe I just found out that you could rent a bridesmaid dress a few months ago, and now I'm so excited to announce I am launching my own gown. Say hello to the Rachel gown, exclusive to at Vow to be Chic by the designer name. I love working with Vow because it's a female owned and female run company, so naturally I'm telling everyone about it. You can rent or buy the Rachels at Vow to be Chic," and then so on and so forth, and the images, and she gave in credit to the photographer and all of that. And of course Brian came below that post, and his comment was, "Wow, I am so lucky." No, Brian, you're not lucky, you're blessed. So congratulations to Rachel. She's making money moves out here and doing her thing. But Twitter, you have the people who, were like, "Congratulations, girl," and then you have the ones who are upset. "Really? You clickbait us. We thought it was going to be a wedding announcement. How dare you?" and all of that. And then you have the ones who say, "Oh, of course it wasn't going to be the wedding announcement because they're not going to make it to the wedding day." Now let's get into this whole Tom Joyner interview. Now,
down up there? Yeah, I gotta do it in here.
now, when you have all of these media runs and doing different interviews, all of the interviews start sounding the same, right? It doesn't matter how the interviewer rephrase the questions or do their best to ask something else. It's almost like the same questions are being asked over and over again. So the same topic about when is the wedding, her wanting to wear a suit again came up in this interview. So wearing a suit came up when they asked her about what are some things she don't like about Brian and vice versa. Same answer. He takes too long to get ready, and Brian's answer was she's impatient and he would love for her to be more patient with him, but they're working on it and they will find, a common ground in the middle and a compromise. So in as much as I love you guys and I get the messages, and Vina, can you please review this interview? It's almost the same, but I'm gonna pick a few things about this interview that I like and little insight. So they're still planning on whether it's LA or Texas, so no decision there yet. They're still floating, trying to figure out where they're going to end up. So that's still up in the air. The wedding is definitely in 2018. Rachel talked about wearing a suit, like I said. Her family told them winter, the weather might be, a hassle for the families traveling because she wants to get married in Dallas. So probably, a spring or a fall wedding. So that was that. They do hope and want for their wedding to be televised. Okay. And then one of the things that she revealed that is not something that they have revealed in any other interview was that if they do get picked up as far as their wedding being televised, they will have to be on the network schedule. So the reason why everyone's been asking why they never have a firm date when people ask them when they're getting married. Why do they sound so iffy? It looks like there's trouble in paradise. They're not going to make it to the altar. They're not going to get married. Well, here's your answer right here. If ABC comes to them and say, yes, we're going to televise your wedding, which 100% is going to happen, then they have to go according to ABC schedule because they have to fit it in, and then they're gonna have to start filming and all of that. So they can't throw a date out there, because it's all up to the network and it's a surprise and a big announcement. It's gonna be this huge thing, right? So there's your answer right there, why they don't have a date. why they always like the answer is all over the place when they're asked. Well, there's your answer. If it gets picked up, it's going to be up to the network schedule. So there it is. Especially if they're filming, other shows and all of that, they have to find a way to squeeze it in there. So there's your answer for the reason why Brian and Rachel don't have a wedding date yet, and why every time someone asks them in an interview, they are all over the place. Okay, so that's that. I already said that she wants a wedding to be in Dallas. They talked about that great chemistry that they have together. Same story here. Because they had no drama, ABC wasn't fair as far as showing their love story. Same thing in other interviews. That's how these two are not faking it. Yes, some people might say it sounds rehearsed or repeating the same thing. No, when you are lying and trying to fake things, that's when your story be all over the place, because you're trying to remember the lie, but then your story don't match up. But when everything is real and it's authentic and it's true, your answers would never change. Okay, so this is proof right here that these two are just living, enjoying life and whatever. And every interview, their answers are like the same, because it comes natural to them. There's nothing to lie about or to make up, so they talked about that. And then she also revealed that she did not think that she would like anyone on her season, because in as much as her season with Nick, The Bachelor, opened her eyes to the whole process, she was still skeptical. So meeting Brian was just a blessing, for her. And she talked about how their relationship is just effortless. Yes, they have their moments here and there, but their relationship is very effortless. Of course, same thing. She wants 4 kids. Brian wants, 3 kids. So nothing changed there. And then when they talk about cooking, back to the same cooking matter. And Brian said she doesn't cook as often as she should. And she was like, oh, we're going to have to talk about that when we get home. As often as I should. Almost like, yeah, that's not how it works over here, okay? But anyways, he was just saying what he meant by that is just an amazing cook. She's the queen of Postmate, where they come and deliver the food to your door. But instead of doing that, she's an amazing cook, and he would love for her to, cook more and all of that. So that's all he was expressing. And we've heard that before. So nothing new there. So those are the main part that I, picked up from the interview. She did also said that, Tom and the other lady from the show, they invited Bill Bellamy, comedian Bill Bellamy. Was very funny. For those of you asking why you could hear his words and he's not in the studio, that's the magic of radio. You can work from anywhere, Tom, the show is syndicated, so they also have... Okay, guys, so you get my point. I will always keep my promise when I say I'm going to review things, but at this point, unless Brian and Rachel have a groundbreaking news, most of the interviews are going to sound like this, because that's just the truth. The truth never change. What are you wearing? Rachel still want to wear a suit. That's never going to change, What are the things you don't like about each other? It's never going to change if it's the honest truth, Do you want to live in Texas or LA? Nothing is going to change. So the interviews are going to start sounding repetitive, and they're already sounding repetitive. So it's almost one of those situations, hear one, hear it all. However, I do understand that with every interview comes a different atmosphere, a different interviewer, a different reaction, where they're respectful, how did they handle Brian and Rachel? Was it a rude situation? So in that case, I understand it. And if something gets out of hand, you guys want me to review it, absolutely I will. But this interview was very, low-key, perfect, to the point and all of that. So there's not much to say here. So I'm just going to go ahead and get back to other things that I did not mention in the other video that I did, the episode that I did a day or so ago. So yeah. And quickly here, this image right here of Rachel promoting Dean's shirt and her message on this. This was posted on her Insta story. Dean was very smart by, and for apologizing to Brian and Rachel, because as you can see, he's getting invited to places that they are, and she's advertising whatever t-shirts or brand he have going on, even though she felt like it reminded her of Copper, and how adorable is Copper in those pictures, especially the picture with her and the way how she's holding him and just everything. That was just a striking image. I love the dresses. They are beautiful. Congratulations to Rachel again. I love what she's doing. She took time to, hang out with a friend for her birthday. This is a short clip right here. And then, of course, they're still in LA, so they met up with the producer, and there goes his caption right here. His captions are always, on the funny side, and so that's amazing that they're out there, still having fun, still, catching up with friends out there and all of that. So that's basically about it, People are excited and waiting for the wedding, but guys, you have to understand that in as much as Brian and Rachel at this point are 100% all in, they want to get married, they see forever with each other, it's a little over 6 months as it relates to their engagement. So they are still fairly new into their relationship, okay? So in as much as, like I said, I'm looking forward to the wedding, I'm excited for their future together and everything. So there's nothing wrong with them just taking their time, slowing it down, getting to know each other more before stepping into a marriage and forever. But I completely understand that's the end result. You see the love, and you hope and wish that the couples are able to move on and then just live happily ever after. Okay, I'm going to end it here, my Vina loves. I'm wishing you all an amazing day, and remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.